is brought to you by
Premier Lighting, the
Premier
northeast
Lighting.
corner of District and Ash.
Premier Lighting and Home. When you're looking for that perfect fixture, Premier Lighting is the right place to shop at 4300 Ash Road, northeast corner of District and Ash. Sorry, I was being rushed by like several different things.
You had time for volleyball scores, but not pumpkin pie trivia. Turkey time. Let's do the turkey. As kind of it's not a very, careful over there. It's not a very, I wouldn't call it a plump turkey. It's kind of emaciated. I would like to say right off I am thankful for all the time that I get to spend not with Hop. All right, I get 15 seconds to read this, and I get 1 minute to talk about it. What is the worst music show you've ever been to, and why was it bad? You know what? There's some contenders. And let me tell you, there's two schools here. One is just bad shows, bad bands, whatever, that's going to happen. But you know what the heartbreakingest ones are the ones where you really like the band and you've been a fan for the longest time, and they suck. I went to see. We drove all the way to the Los Angeles down there to see the Cars. You know, Rick Ocasek, Elliot Easton, Benjamin Orr, the whole deal. They were awful. Oh, they just kind of didn't care, and they just sort of plotted their way through their hits, and it was all just weird and disconnected and out of tune and all that. And that was pretty bad, but I think the worst one I've ever seen was right here in Bakersfield. There was a band, a new wave band once upon a time called Missing Persons, fronted by a really hot chick that used to sing in like a clear vinyl outfit. You remember that?
I saw them in concert one time.
That was the worst concert I've ever been to. Now, I've been to bad shows before that I got dragged to. I saw Taylor Swift sing one time before she was famous, and that girl can't sing at all. But that Missing Persons, the sound was so bad and so strident and piercing, and it wasn't good was the thing. And it's like, ooh, look at me in my clear outfit. I'm a porn star. I'm all hot and all that.
And she was a porn star, too.
And that was literally all that it had to offer. And Chris Bosio was in that band, who's a very good guitar player, but it couldn't pull that one out of the fire. And I've been to some really, really bad shows.
They did what song? Nobody Walks in L.A. was one of their songs.
Whatever.
And What Are Words For?
What Are Words For?
That was a big song.
God, what an awful show that was. But I was just, people, when you really love a band, if you really love a band, you're going to overlook it. I've seen people, I've said at shows that were awful and had people go, oh, man, this is great. No, it isn't. This is awful. But they're big fans, and so you're like predisposed to liking that band. But seeing the Cars just be awful, that was just a heartbreaking thing right there. So there's that. By the way, speaking of concerts, tonight Groovestock is going to be at the. Do you know there's 3 lengthwises now? 3?
Yeah, I heard something about that. I thought there was just one.
That's what I thought too. And the cake said, "Well, you didn't say which sweet potatoes." And
what?
I didn't know there were 3 either. I found this out last night. Okay. She was yelling at me because we're going, obviously. But at any rate, you go to that. It'd be big time. And here's what, and Foster Campbell and friends, Ray Sadolski and the Left Coast Groovies he'll be joining us on the show here in a little bit. And Monty Byram and the Monty Byram Band. That's a lot of entertainment. You know what the gate is? You know what it costs to get in that place, Hop?
What's that?
Nothing. It's free. Now, there's going to be a raffle and stuff, and you could throw a little something in the hat for the Men in Little Hearts Foundation, and you should. And then I think the 13th of December, the PCB, man, Paul Chesney Band, finally back in Bakersfield, making their triumphant return. I miss those guys. You got to see a Paul Chesney show to believe it. We'll be right back. It's First Look with Scott Cox at Bakersfield.com and News Talk 1180 KERN.